Tandon from BRICS is with us now. Anand, morning. Any thoughts on DB Corp and the vernacular print media at large? Because that's the big one this morning.
Well, good morning and Happy New Year to you and your viewers. The vernacular media is an area which we quite like. We just had the NAM people telling you why, and I think the reasons are something that we agree with entirely, except that in terms of relative value, I would imagine that, our better pick would be a Jagran Prakashan, which is also a market leader in its own space, and I think relatively lower price than what the current listing is at.
Anand, morning. Where does this leave the other leg of media, i.e. the television medium?
Similar kind of story. I think the regional media is still showing quite strong growth. The national media is a little more stressed out in terms of potential earnings, and because of the higher level of competition that is there. So, while it's a space which will continue to get, the ad spend does continue to increase year on year as the economy grows, but the problem really is to see how many new entrants there are and how many of them survive. So it's essentially an ability to raise capital more than anything else, because, the initial launches will always be losing money. So if you can raise capital, that's where, the erosion in margins will happen for the rest of the players. If the capital raising becomes more difficult, then the market leaders are the place you want to be in.
What about the new power listings, Anand? Some of them took off yesterday, but are you convinced that you should be chasing those, or you're more circumspect in your view of valuations there?
Well, this is, right now I don't think valuations are what the market is really worried at. It is essentially a theme which the market tends to like, and, valuations can take a walk for the moment. None of the power companies are cheap. Let's be very clear on that. And there will come a time when they will look extremely expensive, because all said and done, it will become a commodity. Right now the commodity is in short supply, and therefore all kinds of assumptions are being made that you will be able to get much in power sold at 8 rupees. You should also look at the price that we've had for non-peak power. For peak power last year, there have been cases where it has been less than 10 paisa. So, to assume that you'll get a sustained 6 rupees or 8 rupees per unit kind of number for merchant power going forward way into the future, I think is living in a fool's paradise. But that said, for the moment at least, there is a shortage, and there is some incentive for people to set up the power plants, and if you are able to get in early and get an operational plant, there is a high probability that you'll actually be able to recover your money very quickly, given the fact that near-term prices don't look like they are going to be under pressure. So it's a question of timing the cycle. Overall, as a strategy, it's not something that I would go very excitedly into, but right now you're riding the wave, and this is one of the waves that you need to be in.
Anand, how would you approach these metal stocks? I mean, they've been where the serious momentum has been around. Would you take profits here, or do you think momentum can still surprise on the way up?
Pure commodity, then I have no view on it, and we have no age to be able to create a view. The logic currently being extended in the market is that raw material prices are going up, consequently end user prices have to go up as well. Logic which I have never managed to put my arms around. So, I can't comment on that. The fact of the matter is that near term, at least, the demand seems to be reasonably robust within India. But given the kind of capacities that exist, you are really looking at China to dictate where the prices will be, especially in the case of steel. News reports are that they've actually cut back steel production quite dramatically, and in an effort to keep prices up. If that is true and they continue to do that, then obviously there is some more headroom. On the other hand, if they decide that there is enough demand now and release some of the capacities, you'll probably find that the prices are unable to move up from here further. So to the extent that today people are willing to price anything on a near-term earnings basis as if it were going to sustain for the long term, that is the reason I would imagine that steel prices, especially in stocks, are doing reasonably okay.
Is the worst over for telecom, you think, Anand?
It depends on what you define as the worst. None of them have gone into the red yet because of the new pricing policies. We still are expecting to see a fairly large volume of bidding in terms of the 3G licenses whenever they were to come. And we can't yet figure out how the 3G licenses will be monetized other than to sell 2G services. So, if you're saying that will they make lots of money from here on, probably not. Have the prices corrected enough? In the context of the market, they have been gross underperformers, and therefore, on a rotational basis, it could be a sector that some investors may want to look at. But I don't see any long-term change in earnings profile just yet.
The curious development though for the market these past couple of days, Anand, is that there's been a lot of momentum on prices but not so much for volumes. How would you explain that?
I think, you're looking at action outside the Nifty now, because for the most part, the investors, including institutional investors, have begun to realize that the frontline companies are more or less pricing in most earnings surprises to perfection. And there is now hardly any scope in terms of a positive surprise from here on. So if you have to look for alpha, you have to look outside the Nifty, and that is where you are seeing the broader market doing quite well and continuing to do so even in the current year. So long as money supply continues to be fairly easy and availability of money for risky assets continues to be available, you would have a situation where you would be looking for smaller and smaller companies with a higher growth potential as possible investment opportunities. Obviously, that comes with lower volumes, because you cannot have the same kind of volume in a company which is let's say 1,000 crore market cap as opposed to something which is, let's say, 25,000 or 100,000 crore market cap. So, the volumes would naturally shrink, but the price movements would be rapid in those companies.
Auto Expo is on now, but Anand, how are you approaching the space after their outperformance? Do you think increased competition should make one cautious, or they might continue to outperform through 2010?
I think, the analyst community at least, and including our analysts, are extremely bullish on the volume growth. This is despite the assumption that, there will be some kind of excise rollback. The cut in excise will be rolled back to some extent in the current year's budget, given the robust demand situation, as well as the fact that last year you can imagine that a large part of the growth, maybe our estimate is close to maybe 25% or 30% of incremental demand for at least the smaller cars and for two-wheelers especially, would have been fueled by the pay commission handouts. Both of those are not, both of them are negative for the current year. But the assumption that's being made is that with the revival in the economy, the urban demand will pick up quite significantly and at least replace, if not add to the demand growth last year. However, I think in terms of earnings, clearly this would be probably the best quarter earnings. We're likely to see a whopper of a quarter with several 100% increase in bottom line year on year, because the corresponding quarter last year was quite bad. So near term, it looks like, the best is kind of priced in. You have to assume some kind of earnings surprise from here on, which is somewhat difficult to achieve for it to outperform. So at best, I would imagine it's kind of market performer, if not slightly underperformed.
Thanks, Anand, as always, for stopping by. You have a good 2010.